Ladies and gentlemen, imagine standing at the edge of 2026 and realizing that everything you wanted, success, clarity, freedom, meaningful relationships, is just out of reach, not because the world failed you, but because you never took action. What if I told you that in the next few minutes you will discover the 5 things you must improve before 2026 that will completely transform the trajectory of your life? This isn't about quick fixes or empty motivation. It's about concrete changes that separate those who drift through life from those who create a legacy. If you are ready to stop waiting and start becoming the person you were meant to be, listen closely, because what comes next could redefine everything. Ladies and gentlemen, the future is not something that happens to us. It is something we create. And as we approach 2026, we are standing at a threshold. A moment where the choices we make today will define the trajectory of our lives tomorrow. The question is not whether you want to improve, but whether you are willing to face the uncomfortable truth that growth requires discomfort, reflection, and intentionality. The first thing you must improve is your clarity of purpose. Too many of us drift through life guided by routines, expectations, and external pressures without pausing to ask, why am I doing this? Purpose is not a lofty idea. It is the compass that aligns every decision, every action, and every relationship. Without it, effort is wasted energy. With it, even the smallest steps carry meaning. Second, improve your relationships. We are social beings, and the quality of our connections profoundly affects the quality of our lives. Yet, many of us tolerate toxicity, ignore unresolved conflicts, or fail to show appreciation until it is too late. Take time to nurture trust, empathy, and authenticity. Invest in conversations that matter. Let go of grudges that weigh you down. The people around you are the mirrors that reflect your best and worst. Choose wisely whom you allow to shape your journey. Third, improve your self-discipline. Talent, intelligence, and creativity are meaningless without the ability to consistently follow through. Discipline is not about restriction, it is about freedom. The freedom to achieve, to persist, to rise above fleeting impulses that sabotage long-term vision. Build habits that honor your goals, guard your time fiercely, and measure progress relentlessly. Fourth, improve your learning mindset. The world is accelerating at a pace never seen before. The ability to adapt, to unlearn and relearn, is the differentiator between those who thrive and those who stagnate. Challenge your assumptions, seek feedback, embrace failure as a teacher, not as a verdict. Finally, improve your courage. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is the choice to act despite it. Speak up when it matters, take risks that align with your values. Step into the unknown because growth only lives there. The people you are in 2026 will be the sum of the decisions you make today. Improvement is not a one-time event. It is a deliberate, daily commitment to becoming the person you were meant to be. And as you commit to courage, remember that it is not merely an individual pursuit. It ripples outward, influencing those around you. When you choose to act boldly in alignment with your principles, you create permission for others to do the same. Leadership, in its purest form, is less about position and more about influence. The courage to live authentically, to make hard choices, to stand by your convictions, inspires others to elevate themselves. Each courageous act becomes a beacon, guiding not only your path, but also the paths of those who look to you for example, whether they know it or not. Alongside courage, you must cultivate emotional resilience. Life does not bend to our plans. It will challenge you, test you, and at times knock you off course. The difference between those who endure and those who crumble lies not in the absence of hardship, but in the capacity to rise after every fall. Resilience is built in the quiet moments when you reflect on what went wrong, extract lessons, and recommit to your trajectory. It is strengthened by the practice of gratitude, by acknowledging what you already have even as you reach for what you desire. Resilience allows you to maintain clarity of purpose and self. Discipline even when the world is chaotic, ensuring that temporary setbacks never define your long-term outcome. Equally important is the improvement of your capacity to communicate. Ideas without expression are invisible. Relationships without dialogue are fragile. Your ability to articulate your vision, to listen deeply, to ask questions that matter, and to empathize with perspectives different from your own will define the effectiveness of your influence. Communication is not about speaking more, it is about speaking with intention, listening with presence, and bridging the gap between intention and impact. In addition, invest in the improvement of your health, mental, emotional, and physical. Without your body and mind functioning optimally, all other efforts are undermined. Exercise, rest, nutrition, mindfulness, and reflection are not indulgences. They are necessities. Required tutu in parappas, God's unchanging truth, and God's, and to nurture relationships come from the consistent care of your well-being. Lastly, improve your capacity for vision. Too often, we settle for what is convenient instead of what is extraordinary. Vision requires the willingness to imagine a future that does not yet exist, to plan strategically, and to persist when others cannot see the potential you see. Vision is what allows purpose to materialize, relationships to deepen, courage to be meaningful, and discipline to bear fruit. The journey to 2026 is not about waiting for circumstances to improve. It is about choosing to improve yourself in ways that ripple outward, transforming not only your life, but also the lives of those you touch. Every decision, every action, every habit you refine today compounds into the person you will be tomorrow. Growth is deliberate, intentional, and courageous, and it begins with the unwavering commitment to improve the 5 things that matter most. And as you sharpen your vision, understand that it is not a static image of the future, it is a dynamic compass that evolves as you grow. Vision without action is mere imagination. Action without vision is directionless. The people who make a lasting impact are those who align their daily behaviors with a larger purpose, who measure every decision against a horizon that inspires them to stretch beyond comfort and mediocrity. This alignment between what you see and what you do transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary results. Equally, you must improve your capacity for reflection. In the rush of daily life, it is easy to mistake activity for progress. But progress comes not from constant motion, but from understanding, learning, and course correcting. Set aside time to reflect on your choices, your relationships, your achievements, and your failures. Ask yourself hard questions. Where am I holding back? What am I avoiding? What truths am I refusing to face? Reflection is the lens through which clarity emerges, the bridge between intention and impact. Without it, even your best efforts may miss the mark. Another area demanding improvement is your ability to embrace uncertainty. The world is unpredictable, and the future will never arrive perfectly aligned with your plans. The capacity to remain calm, to remain adaptable, and to make confident decisions amidst ambiguity is what separates those who thrive from those who falter. Embrace uncertainty as a teacher, as an invitation to innovate, as a signal that growth is happening. The discomfort of the unknown is not a threat. It is a gateway to discovery. In parallel, invest in improving your capacity to give. Generosity, of time, of attention, of resources, of empathy, is not a soft virtue, it is a multiplier of impact. Person who gives thoughtfully, who contributes without expectation of immediate return, creates networks of trust, loyalty, and influence that no strategy or skill alone can achieve. Generosity fosters resilience, nurtures relationships, and strengthens the social fabric that supports every human endeavor. Finally, commit to improving your integrity. Integrity is the foundation upon which all meaningful growth rests. It is the consistency between what you say and what you do, the courage to stand by your values even when convenient shortcuts tempt you, and the dedication to honor commitments, both to yourself and others. Without integrity, clarity of purpose, relationships, discipline, learning, courage, vision, reflection, and generosity are hollow. With it, every improvement compounds exponentially, shaping a life of meaning, influence, and fulfillment. As 2026 approaches, recognize that improvement is not a series of isolated acts. It is a holistic commitment to who you choose to be, how you engage with the world, and the legacy you leave behind. Each skill you refine, each habit you strengthen, each moment you act intentionally brings you closer to the person capable of thriving not only in your own life, but in the lives of everyone you touch. Growth is not optional. It is the prerequisite for impact, and it begins now with the conscious decision to improve relentlessly. And as you embrace integrity, understand that it is the anchor that holds everything else in place. Without it, clarity of purpose can become self-serving, relationships can turn transactional, discipline can become rigid and joyless, learning can be superficial, courage can devolve into recklessness, vision can drift into wishful thinking, reflection can become self-criticism, generosity can feel burdensome, and resilience can be hollow. Integrity ensures that every improvement you pursue is aligned with your values, that your actions are consistent, and that the impact you create is authentic and lasting. It is the quiet, invisible force that shapes reputations, builds trust, and lays the foundation for a life of meaning. Beyond integrity, you must improve your ability to prioritize. Time is the great equalizer. Each of us has the same 24 hours, yet some accomplish extraordinary feats while others merely survive. Prioritization is not about doing more, it is about discerning what matters most and dedicating your energy there. Learn to identify the tasks, relationships, and actions that produce the greatest impact, and give them your undivided attention. Let go of the trivial, the distracting, and the urgent that does not serve your long-term goals. Prioritization is the practical application of purpose. It transforms intention into tangible progress. You must also improve your capacity for patience. In a world obsessed with speed, instant results, and viral moments, patience is a rare and powerful virtue. Real growth, meaningful change, and lasting achievement take time. Patience allows you to sustain effort, to weather setbacks, and to persist without compromising quality or values. It teaches you to celebrate incremental progress, to stay the course when immediate results are elusive, and to trust in the process of becoming. Patience is not passive. It is active endurance fueled by faith in your vision and commitment to your purpose. Next, strengthen your emotional intelligence. The ability to understand, manage, and channel your emotions, and to read and respond effectively to the emotions of others, is crucial to success in every domain of life. Emotional intelligence enables you to navigate conflict, build stronger connections, lead with empathy, and maintain resilience in the face of stress. It allows you to transform challenges into opportunities and relationships into sources of support and inspiration. Finally, improve your willingness to take responsibility. Too often, we blame circumstances, other people, or luck for outcomes that are within our control. Taking responsibility is the ultimate act of empowerment. It removes excuses, strengthens accountability, and shifts focus from problems to solutions. When you own your choices, your failures, and your successes, you reclaim agency over your life and create the conditions for meaningful change. Each of these improvements, integrity, prioritization, patience, emotional intelligence, and responsibility, interconnects to form the architecture of a life well lived. As 2026 approaches, know that growth is cumulative. The decisions you make today compound over time. By committing to improvement in these areas, you are not simply preparing for a year. You are preparing to become the person capable of shaping a future filled with purpose, influence, and lasting impact.